Welcome to Funchal, Portugal. We have just one day to explore the capital city of the island of Madeira, and we're super excited to take you along as we see what this beautiful city has to offer.
Passengers paid €18 each for round-trip tickets on the Madeira Cable Car.
And that is definitely the number one activity here in Funchal. At the top, there is a beautiful botanical garden, so we're going to go see about getting tickets to that as well.
Now we made it into the Monte Palace Tropical Garden, and it was €15 per person to get in.
Yeah, today's definitely not shaping up to be a cheap one. The garden itself, though, looks so beautiful, and apparently they have like a series of art museums kind of sprinkled throughout all of the plant displays, so looks like it's going to be a very beautiful place to walk through.
The contrast of the Japanese-style garden with the tropical plant life was really beautiful and made for some gorgeous photos.
So I think we made it to about the halfway point in the gardens.
This place is absolutely huge. There was a very cool museum that we went into, though, that had a bunch of geodes, and some of them, I think, were the biggest geodes I had ever seen. Super, super impressive. I think this place is definitely worth the money. It looks like we're about ready to come up on the palace itself. I'm not sure if we can go inside, but we're going to go try to check it out.
Well, unfortunately, it looks like you can't enter the palace, but the views from up here are amazing.
Swans are evil like geese are.
I don't know. Find out. Yep. Just finished up in the gardens, and it took a little over 2.5 hours.
Yeah, they are absolutely huge. We went through actually pretty quickly. I think you could probably spend 4 hours there easily. But now we haven't had anything to eat all day, so we're taking the cable car back down and we're gonna go get some traditional food.
And just remember, every step down is a step you have to take back up. We finished up our lunch at Realmar Restaurante.
It was fantastic. The waiter recommended a local wine, which was super
Amazing.
delicious. It had like a nice like sharpness and an apple-y kind of flavor. It went so well with their garlic shrimp that came with this bread that is local to Madeira, and it is very crunchy on the outside and very soft on the inside, and they had baked it with garlic butter.
Super.
I mean,
delicious.
honestly, it's the best thing I've eaten in the past like week and a half. It was so fantastic. Sorry, Spain, but it was better than anything I ate in Spain. Then after that, I got the local catch with both passion fruit sauce and then a toasted like plantain on the side. It was such a good combination of like sweet and salty. I absolutely loved it.
And then I had the steak skewers.
Yeah, the espadata, which is basically like, you know, bay leaves. It's the like branch of a bay leaf tree that they skewer the meat on and roast it, so it gives that like bay flavor all the way through.
It was super delicious.
It had garlic on it. It was cooked to perfect medium. Honestly, that place was just so delicious. We did not get dessert there because we have plans later for a different sweet treat. Well, this is a pastry I've very much been looking forward to trying. We had it once when we were in Hong Kong and I absolutely loved it. It is a pastel de nata, which is a very flaky little pastry that has a egg custard inside of it. We got it as the afternoon special with a little shot of espresso here at Nata 7. And that is so delicious. The pastry is incredibly flaky. It's a little bit salty, and then the custard is just slightly sweet with strong vanilla flavor. It is so good. So happy.
So we checked out the main square, and now in front of the cathedral, which unfortunately is closed.
Yeah, so now we just have one more thing on our list of must-dos here in Funchal, and that is to go to Blandy's wine cellar. Of course, this is the island of Madeira, where Madeira wine comes from, and we couldn't possibly leave without tasting it, so heading off to our reservation.
The tour started in the museum, where our guide gave us a little background on the history of Blandy's, which has been a family-run business for 7 generations. Next, we headed into the cellar, which smelled absolutely amazing. Then our guide explained all the different grapes that can be used to make Madeira. Finally, we came to the best part. We made it to the tasting room.
I definitely highly recommend doing the tour at Blandy's. You definitely have to book it ahead of time, though. They said that you need to book it at least a week in advance. We loved it. It was about 30, 45 minutes. It was very informative. We have not done a fortified wine tour before. We've been to many other vineyards. We've done rum, we've done whiskey, done bourbon, but this was our first fortified wine, so I learned a lot of things I didn't know. And we did a small tasting at the end of just 2 different types of grapes. And we liked the Malmsey the most. So now we have we've ordered a vertical tasting. This is a 5-year-old, a 10-year-old, a 15-year-old, and a 20-year-old. The tasting was just €17. And for €3, you can add a little chocolate sampler to it. And so we have done that, and we are getting ready to enjoy.
So we absolutely loved the tasting and tour at Blandy's. I think it was our favorite thing we did all day.
Yeah, although I will say the gardens were absolutely beautiful as well. And walking back uphill burned all the calories, so that way I didn't have to feel guilty about the giant seafood lunch and the tasting that we did there. It was a fantastic day. I absolutely loved Funchal. Honestly, I'd like to come back in the future and probably spend a whole week because there is just so much to do here, and the food, the little bit that we had, was so fantastic. And it's just really beautiful here. I love the tiled sidewalks and all the palm trees. It's really a cool place. Thanks for watching. And as always, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please leave them down below. If you haven't already, check out our last video where we spend a day exploring Malaga, Spain.